everyone. This is David Yap from Agora Connect. What is a sign? A sign is a visual to direct, warn, and inform. Example, a traffic light. What happens when you ignore signs? Let me give you a scenario. What happens when you are driving on the road and it reaches a train track intersection? The signals are blinking for an impending train, and you chose to disregard it and continue driving straight ahead. A train wreck is certainly awaiting your arrival, which is why signs exist, to avoid unnecessary disasters, to alert before it's too late. Unlike the world's signs, God's signs are different. God's signs are celestial and terrestrial. His signs are unusual, abnormal, and out of the ordinary. That is how God speaks to the world that snubbed his voice. And why does God speak through signs? To grab our attention, to capture our thoughts, to turn the world's heads, to create curiosity, to solicit inquiry and generate conversations, to rouse the senses, to awaken awareness. But ultimately, God's signs are there to make His presence felt. Just as traffic signs are set in place to save lives, so are heavenly signs designed to save souls. The goal of heavenly signs is not only to turn heads, but hearts towards Christ Jesus, the soon and coming King. When God warns with signs, He speaks through the extraordinary. It is normal for tropical regions to be hot and humid, with monsoons and storms, but it will be weird should this region of the world begins to snow. As a sign to the world who denied God's existence, who snubbed His gospel and rebuffed His grace, God's warning to man has to be deliberately out of the ordinary, leaving man with no excuse that they did not hear or see. So, what was the sign that's so unusual which warrant our attention? On the 14th of August, I delivered a message from Romans chapter 8 that earth is groaning. And what does it mean for us? It is about the spiking of earthquakes reverberating around the world from the Russian megaquake on the 30th of July. Not too long ago after that, something unusual happened in the most unlikely of places. On the 24th of August, 2 earthquakes struck Segamat and Kluang Johor on the same day. Segamat registered a 4.1 and Kluang a 2.8. And today, 27 August, another earthquake hit Segamat again, measured at 3.2. For those who are living in Southeast Asia, these earthquakes are too close to home. Unfortunately, many living in this region are resting on the presumption that just because they are outside the earthquake zone, such seismic activity will never bother them. That may be true in the past, but not so in the days ahead. My friends, just because it has never happened does not mean it will never happen. But the more important question is, what does God want His people to do? I'll be speaking sometime next week about our response to God's signs in these days. If you want to know and flow with what the Lord is doing, watch out for the notice in Agora Connect Telegram channel. See you.